About 5 months back in the UK, there were riots happening day after day after day. You had attacks from Muslims, responses from working class British rioters, people that are English nationalists who don't want to see their country being destroyed by Muslims, what the Muslims are doing in their countries. We see on the screen here a stream that we did about 5 months back on this topic. You guys can see the damage and the destruction that was done 5 months back during these riots. And here we are going through a list of cities where these riots took place. And these riots all started after a murder of 3 young girls that took place in Southport. You had Muslims like Muhammad Hijab, Muslims like Ali Dawa saying things like,
Axel, who's the one who killed 3 innocent young girls, kids, children, subhanAllah, who was from a majority Christian country. His family was church-going individuals.
Not only Muslims, but you also had people like Piers Morgan in the news saying things like this.
It was put out falsely on social media that the person who did this was a Muslim. This is what was put out on social media in a series of false posts, which then went viral, right? So he was supposedly a Muslim. Not true.
As you can see here, they're trying to frame it as this person was not a Muslim, even suggesting that this person was a Christian. All to what? To say that these riots started under false pretense that they were rioting against Muslims. Muslims had nothing to do with it. Muslims are not responsible. There wasn't a Muslim that murdered 3 young girls. It was actually an African Christian. That turned out to be false.
Breaking news. Today, the following information was released. That the perpetrator, Axel Rudakubana, pled guilty to the murder of those 3 young girls, but not only that, that he actually possessed Al-Qaeda material.
And possession of Al-Qaeda training manual. And possession of Al-Qaeda training manual.
Did you hear that? Possession of Al-Qaeda training manual. This person is a Muslim. This makes my blood boil. This heinous crime was purposefully attributed to Christians and Christianity when the perpetrator possessed Al-Qaeda material. Al-Qaeda is an Islamic terrorist group. Why was everybody so quick to assume, so quick to assure us that he was not a Muslim when they did not have that information?
So he was supposedly a Muslim. Not true.
All they wanted to do was say he was a Christian, as if people don't convert to Islam and then commit heinous crimes, trying to say that Christians have a problem with terrorism just like Muslims do. No, they do not. People who commit those heinous terrorist crimes have an Islamist terrorist agenda and ideology. Will these people now come out and apologize for accusing Christians and Christianity of this terrorist attack? Andrew Tate on this issue was right. The writers in the UK on this issue were rightly enraged, and they were enraged at the correct group of people. They were not misled. It was not misinformation, but it was something that we all knew. Followers of this evil, sick, hateful ideology end up committing terrorist, hateful crimes against the innocent because of that ideology.
So reject the ideology of evil, of death, and come to Jesus. Jesus gives life.